It's like the first day of summer in Ireland and also probably the only day of summer in Ireland. So hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Charlotte and I'm going to talk to you today about some of my favourite things for the month of April. But I felt like, even though I'm late with my April favourites, it's like mid-May at the moment, but we'll get over that. So let's talk about some of my favourite things for the past month or two or whatever it is. Favourite series. Okay, I feel like I needed to do this first because this was like, I just binged this in a weekend. Last weekend I was confined to my bed for no reason other than the fact that I was watching this programme. I really enjoyed Line of Duty, and I'm sure if you're on Twitter and just in any way in the know, you'll have seen people raving about this. It already is 4 seasons deep and I went straight in at season 4, and very pleasantly I realised that you did not kind of need to watch the other seasons. I do want to go back and watch them though, but season 4, oh my FG. Unbelievable. It is a BBC, is it BBC? I think it's BBC. It's a BBC drama and it's about the police force and just kind of murders and corruptions and things go on, but it's just so well done. It's the kind of thing where you're on the edge of your seat the entire time and you get really invested into the characters and their lives. If you're in any way into kind of like thrillers and crime and murder, you need to watch it. And don't be intimidated by the fact that there's other seasons, because I was completely fine. And if I was okay going in at season 4, you'll be okay too. Kind of staying on the line with like crime and murder, I've been obsessed with a podcast for the past week and a half that is all about true crime, and the podcast is called Slaughter, S''Laughter, because it's kind of taking the piss out of crime. The premise of this podcast is that it basically is 2 girls who research some true crime murders and then tell the story in like a condensed version, but kind of take the piss out of them at the same time. They both take a separate murder each week and they split the show into 2 kind of like cases, and I just find it really gripping, but also like I'm having a chat with my like best friends. It's obviously a very serious matter where like there's murders that they discuss from like the 1800s and murders from like 2 years ago. It is touchy to take the piss out of them, but it's amazing. I just really love true crime podcasts at the moment, and I don't know, I love it, but it's kind of putting me a bit on edge in everyday life. Like I was driving down the road the other night and just convinced that like something was going to come out or some murder was going to come out from the back of my seat, and just like, oh. But if you like true crime and you want to have a bit of a laugh / kind of scare yourself, definitely listen to Slaughter. I also really want to make a podcast off the back of listening to that one, because they're just like 2 really good friends with a mutual interest, and I'm trying to convince my best friend to start a podcast with me. Hopefully, watch this space. My favourite film this month is one that was recently released on Netflix, and it is Nerve, and it's one that I actually thought was going to be a bit more serious than it was, and I watched it yesterday and I was engrossed. Like I just think it was brilliant. Like it's kind of a bit like teen kind of cringy in parts. If you haven't heard of it, it stars Emma Roberts and one of the Franco brothers, can't remember his name, but he's so hot. And basically it's like there's an online game where you can decide whether to play or to watch, and you like pay money, and if you decide to play, you can, the viewers give you dares and you get paid if you win the dare, and then you get to the final and it just escalates. I'm not very good at describing films. I just think it was really good. It was actually just quite like fast paced and just a really easy watch, and I just really like the idea of it because I totally see that happening in real life. Just the way social media is now, it can totally be a thing. Also, Casey Neistat has like a 5-second appearance in it, which I thought was pretty cool. I always look forward to sharing my favourite music with you because I feel like my music taste is very varied, and from month to month I can go through different phases. I do think this month though I have fallen like madly head over heels in love with Johnny Flynn. If you like anyway kind of like Americana folk music, you'll love Johnny Flynn. Also he is, I am in love with him. He is gorgeous. I'll insert here my top 3 favourite songs of the month, so I hope, give him a listen. That I hold for him, raising the dead, raising the dead, raising the dead. Oh, can you believe how far we've come in the new age? Oh, and then most of you, some and now none of you. I have a favourite app this month, and it's not something I would usually feature in videos because I'm not like into apps and like games and stuff, but I recently re-downloaded Duolingo and fell in love with it again. I go through phases. So Duolingo is an app where it helps you to learn a language. I've used to use it before. I downloaded it to like relearn French, to like, it has Irish on it. I kind of like went on to just kind of like strengthen my Irish. I've tried to learn some German, and this time I downloaded it and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start a language from scratch. So I have been learning Swedish for the past about maybe a month. Yeah, it's split into like little modules and stuff, and it's just kind of a fun way of learning a language, and Swedish is really interesting, and I find it really interesting because I see like loads of similarities between Swedish and Irish. I'm hoping to continue with it because I do usually get quite lazy with it and forget about it, but if you've never heard of Duolingo before, totally download it, and like it's just kind of a nice way to keep your brain active, if that's a weird thing to say, but just sometimes I don't have time to read books. I spend a lot of time watching things, so it's quite nice that I can like practice like an actual brain skill on my phone, if that makes sense. I do have one beauty sort of favourite this month, and it is something I was really excited to show you, and it is the Way Matte Pomade. This is for your hair. Way is, I think it's we. I think way is meant to be like the French word for yes, but the way the French people say yeah. So instead of we, they'd be like way. Way, yeah, way. And I think this brand has been made by the Kardashians' hairstylist or something. And this was something I was really interested in getting because I have very thin hair, very like limp hair, which is why I curl it all the time, because I like adding volume to my hair by curling it. And I got this, and it's just like a little, it's a paste. So you get a tiny bit of the paste and you warm it up in your hands and you just kind of work it through. I work it through my curls and I do this, and it just kind of adds a bit more texture to it. The winning thing with this is it smells like a bouquet of roses, like unbelievable. There's some mornings I don't even use this, I just open it and take a sniff and put it back down. It's just so nice. I think it was like €20, but like honest God, I've had this like a month and I barely touched it. You need literally a tiny bit and warm it up in your hands. So I think this will last me a good while, and I feel like whoever hugs me throughout the day will just be like, oh my God, she smells so good. I know. I'm going to talk to you about my favourite accessory this month, and it is a very simple accessory that I picked up in H&M, and it is this little clutch bag, which I just fell in love with the colour. I saw it from afar in the distance in the shop, and it was the colour that attracted me. It's this gorgeous, I don't know if it's picking it up, it's a kind of a yellow metallic amazing colour, and it's just very simple, just have your two little sections inside, and I was very happy that it had a long strap because I wear it crossbody. But if you want, I think it'd be really cute, it's just a little clutch bag if you need it to be a bit more dressy. And this was probably like €15, and they have loads of different colours, but I just felt like for the summer, a little pop of this kind of cool little colour was very fun. I've used it a few times and it's just very handy, and I'm really bad at buying bags, and I'm never really commit to it. So this was a little bit cheap, and I was like, this'll do, this is nice, and it's nice for the summer. Okay, next up, we're going to talk about my favourite purchase of the month, and this is something I was super excited to buy, and I actually bought it in 2 sizes because I wasn't sure which size would fit. I got it on ASOS and it was out of stock for ages, and I was really upset because I really wanted to get it, and I kind of like kept it in my saved items and just kept an eye on it, and as soon as it came back into stock, I bought 2 sizes. Obviously I'll insert a picture of the model wearing it, but it's from Lost Ink. It's got a wide leg trouser, little peplum on the waist, and a nice little v-neck, and I just am in love with it. It's the most comfortable thing and quite versatile, just easy to throw on the summer. And I think like, because obviously I live in Ireland and it's not super warm and you won't always get away with having your arms out, I think it'll be really nice with just a plain white top, or even just like, I don't know, a red top. I must get like a kind of a plain red top for this. And Lost Ink right now is legit one of my favourite brands. I just want my entire wardrobe to be from Lost Ink. I'll put a link to it in the description box. If it's out of stock, I'm really sorry, but do keep an eye on it. Obviously I kept an eye on it and it came back into stock, so that's, you know, my lucky win of the month. And that is that. I hope you enjoyed my little collection of favourites from the past month or two. Do make sure you subscribe to this channel and click on the little bell notification button and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Do let me know if you enjoyed any of the things I mentioned. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon in the next one. Goodbye.